the bill will be passed. This is the word to His Excellency the President. There is no way he can intervene. That answer he gave. That is now before Parliament. And when he gets to a stage that he will come, hey, please, need to legislate. Our friends just passed their law in Uganda. We may not go the way they have gone because our constitution is very clear as to the direction we should move. And so we'll be guided by that. Because if we pass any law against the constitution, it's unconstitutional. So we have to do that. And so what are you afraid of? If you have the whole people behind you.
The Speaker of Parliament of Ghana, Right Honorable Alban Bagbin, has declared a very strong stance against the conversation on LGBT. Now, this conversation came about as a result of the Vice President of the United States of America, Kamala Harris, paying a 3-day visit to the country of Ghana. And as the Vice President paid a courtesy call on the President of the Republic of Ghana, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, at the Jubilee House, they had a conversation. And in that conversation, the Vice President of the United States of America, the USA, that's Kamala Harris, asked the President of Ghana, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, on his views and stance on the LGBT. Now, Ghana as a country is bringing something known as the anti-LGBT bill, which is in Parliament, and it is yet to be passed into law. Now, that of Uganda has been able to pass the anti-LGBT bill, which seeks to criminalize LGBT or identifying yourself as an LGBT member. And in doing so, I think they have about 10 years of imprisonment. That is the punishment that can be given out to someone who engages in something or identifies him or herself as that. Now, Ghana is in a similar process. So the Vice President of the United States asked the President about his stance and his views on the LGBT. Now, the President did not go for a direct response, but his response to the question some way, somehow was very technical and very diplomatic, in the sense that he seeks not to offend the United States as well as offend his people as well. But there comes the Speaker of Parliament of the Republic of Ghana declaring a very strong and direct stance against this LGBT and on as to whether the law will be passed or not. So let's listen to the Speaker of Parliament for the Republic of Ghana and his stance on the LGBT.
Need to legislate. Our friends just passed their law in Uganda. We may not go the way they have gone because our constitution is very clear as to the direction we should move. And so we'll be guided by that. Because if we pass any law against the constitution, it's unconstitutional. So we have to do that. And so what are you afraid of? If you have the whole people behind you, if God is with you, who can be against you? And if God says, please go into the wilderness, multiply and fill the world. That is God giving you that command. If somebody says, please don't multiply, how can that person be strong? I don't only speak this way in Ghana. Even at the last meeting we attended in IPU at Bahrain, anybody who listened to my speech, there were sentences on this matter. Luckily, maybe because it's a Muslim country, they applauded me. If they're somewhere else, they will be asking questions. as the Vice President just did, is it yesterday? I mean, these things should not be tolerated. That is undemocratic. What is democracy? That somebody else will have to dictate to me as to what is good and what is bad? Unheard of. Because we have decided to devalue ourselves and go a-begging. Come on. We have more than enough. God has created more than enough for every person. It's just because you are looking at somebody else's share, not yours. We have enough in the world. The bill will be passed. This is the word to His Excellency the President. There is no way he can intervene. That answer he gave. That is now before Parliament. And when he gets to a stage that he will come, hey, please. This is legislation. This is not execution. Wait until we pass it and then we direct you to execute it. That is why you come in. That is why we are representatives of the people. So in terms of law, which is part of policy, we finalize it. And then the executive now have the authority to implement it, to execute it. Let's get this clear. Once this bill is before here, he is not in charge. I am in charge. I hope the U.S. Vice President is not yet gone.